Howdy, folks. Welcome back. We're on part 2 here of the A720. If you missed the first part, you can go check that out sometime. It's under my live section. And we're a little more than halfway through working this local. We got some shuffling to do. We're going to cut loose from here and grab some cars and get them shoved up here, and then we got to back up about a mile or so to run around the train. And yeah, we got some more work to do. But where we left off was we had just picked up all the cars up here at, I think it's Georgia Pacific. Yeah, it's not on my list because I'm not hooked up to them, but pretty sure it's Georgia Pacific. And here we are. Welcome, we got Elscar23, the Bulldog Rail Fan, DRRP, Build It Funky, and Ben. Welcome. Build It Funky just brewed some afternoon coffee. Daylight was saved. And I'm streaming. I hope those are all good things. And Ben's got him an evening beer. Nice. Over there in the great Paris. Cheers back from Missouri, USA. Right over here in the heartland. Alright, let's cut loose from here. And I've got, I think, 5 or 6 cars down there that I want to grab, run around here on this track, shove onto here, and then we'll be ready to run back, run around the train, and do drop-offs over at Ray Lanier? Yeah, Ray Lanier, if that's how you say that. Ray Lanier Team Track. So we should be good to pull the pin here. Oh no, we're a little tight. Let's check my MU setup. That doesn't sound like the engine is set up for MU. I thought I hit auto MU when I fired this up, but maybe I forgot. Nope, get off there. Let's just go take a quick look here. Oh, let's get you in neutral. I would suspect the... Yeah, I forgot to do that. My bad. Alright, let's make sure unit number 2 is responding now. Nope, we got some circuit breakers or something to hit. Tell you what, let's do this. Auto MU. Set for MU. Now it should respond. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Doing some hauling in Star Citizen. Yeah, Star Citizen's is kind of rough shape. I think it might be a little better now. It's been nigh on unplayable for a couple weeks. Alright, on down the track we go. We'll just hop in the cab for this. I believe the switches should be set because I haven't touched anything since I last played. Got any traffic down here? Oh, there's Bob. How's it going, Bob? Got a few hours in here and there. Nice. I've been wanting to play it, but I don't really have time for shenanigans right now. I'll wait for him to get it a little more stable. I've tried to play a bit here and there, and it's just not worth it. Alrighty, we got some cars, and I believe it comes all the way back to here. Yep. Atlanta, and then this guy is Ray Lanier. Oh, that's right, I set up a hotspot. We can just do that. We want to pull the pin. Then we can just go ahead and back up. Back trade. All right, let's hop back up the cab here and take a look back over our shoulder. Did I describe the dials in the cab? How's it going, RV Jim? I can do that. Let me get stopped and we'll go over that. We got a little bit of a grade here. We're trying to do some salvaging. Your storage doesn't show up in Lorville. Interesting. Hey, shifting gears with Coops. There's a link in the description here of the stream or any of my Run 8 videos. It's run8studios.com is the official website. Let's get up here where I can see what's going on. I came down. Did I come down a little too far? No, we're good. So we'll just throw a handbrake on that guy. That guy's closed. Then did I leave myself enough room? I didn't. So we're gonna have to shove the train down a little bit. So I have room to scooch around these cars. Let me get hooked up to the train and we'll go over the dials. Whoa! That'll work. Let's hook up air hoses. Let's release all the handbrakes on the train. Let me get it pumping air and we'll watch the dials. Yeah, the website looks like it's from like 1995, but it is legit. Alright, back in the cab. So we have dials up here. And most of these are about air. We got 3 about air and 1 about amps. So over here, if we zoom in enough, I don't know if you can read that on YouTube, but the red needle is our main reservoir. So that's like the air tanks on the locomotive. And I'm going to describe what I think I know. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert by any stretch. So we got the main reservoir. That's like the tanks on the loco that it uses to charge the brake pipe. And then white is the equalizing reservoir. From what I understand, that's like another tank, and that you set that to what you want the brake pipe to go to. That makes sense. And then this next gauge over here, we've got brake cylinder and brake pipe. So red is the brake cylinder. That's the brake cylinders on the locomotive. So we have the locomotive brake on full right now. It's got 70 PSI in it. And then white is brake pipe. So there's brake pipe that runs through the whole train. That feeds air into all the cars so they can operate their brakes. That's the pressure on the brake pipe. This airflow indicator here is how much air is flowing out of the locomotive, basically. You can see here 52. If I was lined up on the gauge a little better, probably be closer to that. But I'm going to go ahead and open this up all the way. You can see now our flow went way up. It's coming back down. And the reason I don't want to open that up immediately is because so much air would rush out of the locomotive that it would think it had broken an air hose and it would throw it into emergency. So you got to open it partial. Let the air pressure difference equalize a little bit between the loco and the rest of the terrain. Then you can open it back up. It's pretty complicated, but that's the gist of it. And then this needle over here is amps. So green is how many amps we're putting to the motors. You get up in the red zone, you're going to cook something. And then yellow is how many amps you got on the dynamic brakes, where you're using the traction motors as brakes. Clear as mud. That's basically what we got. So we're pumping air into the train so we can shove this guy backwards. So I need to clear room so I can run around these cars. And our flow rate's down to 30, so we should have a release on the we got a release on the train. Which one? Yeah, this is okay. So we need to go backwards. That's the quick explanation. There's a lot to it. Because I should have done this from in the cab. But a lot of these numbers up here are those gauges, basically, so I can tell what's going on. These are all pickups from Georgia Pacific that we did last stream. Just need to shove them back so I got room to get in here and run around. I'm gonna throw 10 pounds on the locomotive brakes. Just let it ease to a stop. I'm not using any train brakes. Okay, I need to get caught up on chat. Got into Railroader, shifting gears with coupes. Nice. Railroader's an awesome game. Love me some Railroader. Alright, let's go back to idle. And Fitzgerald, is it, I'm not sure if it's Kid? Kayed? I'm not sure how you say that. I'll go with Kid, but you can correct me if that's not right. It is connected to other routes. I'm not as familiar with the Southeast. But yes, it's connected, I think, to the A-Line, Waycross, the other stuff in the Southeast. Here's the dispatch screen. We got like Jacksonville. I don't know what all this stuff comes from specifically from which DLCs. But the short answer is yes, it does connect. Here's the Fitzgerald. It does connect to other routes. All right, that should, yeah, that's enough room. We can run around. And yeah, like DRRP said, it does connect to other DLC. All right, so we got a little bit of, we got too much stretch force on the coupler here, so I can't pull the pin. So I'm gonna have to back up a bit. Now I can pull the pin. Turned white. Okay, we're loose from the terrain. Let's get our switch thrown because I forgot to do that. There we go. Now I can run around. It all depends on what you want, Kid, as far as the three, but like DRRP said, he got the A-Line when he got Waycross. Like, I've only bought the Fitzgerald down here in the Southeast, but I have a bunch of like the A-Line and the Waycross. It's all, there's a ton more than just the Fitzgerald. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it did come with a lot of, like, I've got the big yard. Is it Waycross? I've got this big yard at Waycross. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, but you get a lot of stuff. So it's really just up to you. where you want to run trains. All right, we're in forward. Let's get rocking and rolling. We're going to run around these cars and then shove them onto the train, which reminds me I should have pulled down far enough. I wasn't. You got to think 3 or 4 steps ahead, and I'm not doing that. I would have been better off shoving that train further down while I was shoving it, so I didn't have to hook those cars on and then shove it more. That would have been smart. That's not thrown correctly, but we can run through it. It'll be all right. I didn't ring for the crossing. Stop! All right, we're all good. Let's hop on the step here so I can see where I'm going. Nobody coming. Probably start slowing down here. I don't want to drive like Kung Fu Beer. I like watching them, but man, he's rough on the trains. Okay, I'm going to push F5. That'll release all the handbrakes on the train, and then we should be good just to shove these down. These are empty. Yeah, these are empty, so I'm not even going to put air in them. Down here, we'll hop on this car. See that I didn't throw the switch. Let's better go throw that. There we go. All right, about another car. Car and a half. Give her a little push just so we don't slow down too much. I try to be around 2 or 3 miles an hour for the hookup. That usually works out. Alrighty, we put on some brakes. Let's take those off. We just put on 3. So then we should be able to shove this on back, in theory. Oh, we pushed in the slack. These guys, oh, they have a, right, they're not all blood out. That's not going to work. I forgot, they're not blood out. All right, fine. I'm going to hit F7, which will hook all the air hoses up. We need to go up here to the front. Hey, is it Schwallen? I hope I said that right. The short answer is no, it doesn't support controllers. But there's an asterisk there. It does support custom USB device, which doesn't really mean USB, it means network. I don't know why they call it a custom USB device. And I know there's at least one external third-party program you can get that lets you use an Xbox controller, and it uses this custom device support to do that. I've never used it. I don't know how well it works. I just know it's out there, and I don't even remember the name. But there are other options, but pretty much it's keyboard and mouse, or rail driver, or roll your own. There's no just, at least right now, there's no just generic controller support. Okay, you are open, so we're going to do that. I'm going to give it a couple notches of throttle for some more air pumpage. So here we can see the brake pipe pressure is coming up. As that brake pipe pressure comes up, it sees the differential between the auxiliary reservoir and the brake pipe, and it's taken air off the brake cylinder on the cars. It has a pretty complex air brake system simulation. So we should be able to start shoving on this train and it'll actually move now. So in reverse. Let's give her notch 3 and give a mighty shove. Now that all those brake cylinders have released, we got a lot better time moving it. Yeah, if you're good with that kind of stuff, Schwallen, you're 100%. There's even there's a proof of concept Arduino project out there on the internet that I've ran across in my own research. And the UDP packet info is well documented. There's a PDF that comes with the game that documents all that. So if you're handy like that, you'll have no problem making your own stuff. That's on my to-do list one of these days. I want to build like a miniature control stand. There's another project out there that uses that UDP interface to get screen info. So like your newer Gevo stuff, you can actually have screens on a third-party program. So yeah, there's a lot of tinkering type stuff out there. Okay, let's set some brakes. I think 4 ought to do it. I don't think we're on too big of a grade right here. Close that up. We got to get the tension off. There we go. Pull the pin. Go back forward. Okay, good to go. Let's hop back in the cab. Oh no, we need to throw some switches. So let's go to, is it 2? Put you back to green. Put you back to straight. You back to straight. Now we're ready to come down here, hook onto the train, and we got to push back about a mile to a siding where we can run around that long part of the train. We don't have room up here to do that. Corpnut, good morning. Welcome. Gain glass, Elscar? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I haven't looked into that. I find the keyboard controls really super easy to use once you're used to them. It's yeah, for me, I've got a rail driver sitting right here next to me and I'm using my keyboard. Mainly because the rail driver throttle is just so crap, so sloppy. It's really hard to set a notch. All the other controls work fine, but the throttle is just garbage. Expensive junk is my opinion of the rail driver. If you got the money to burn, sure, go for it. But it is expensive junk. Oh, you've used Game Glass? Cool. One of these days, I may rip into the rail driver and see if I can fix the slop. I've had it apart once before, thinking maybe it was just some linkage or something I could tighten up. And it does have a lot of linkage to get from the throttle over to some... And they're using like custom capacitance sensors built onto the PCB. So yeah, there's not much you can do to make it more better. Unfortunately. But I may rip into it at some point and see if I can make it better. Got to run, Elscar. All right, man. Thanks for dropping in. Oh, did they used to sell model control stands? Nice. The problem is there's just not enough market for that kind of thing. Train sim is very niche, and then realistic train sim like Run 8 is even more niche of the niche. Nobody coming. We're good. We'll put our bell on just in case. I was a little too sudden there. Alright, that's enough bell. Okay, let's get this guy hooked up. Do we need to switch the angle cock on the back end? We sure do. I'm going to close you so we don't blow all the air out the train. You are open, so we're going to do the old partial open. And like I said last stream, and if you don't want to wait for air to pump up, you can. There's ways to just instantly set the air on. Like there's what they call the F7 air brake cheat. I've got mine set so it only sets air hoses. You can also have it set air and angle cocks as well. Just boom, then you're done. But I kind of like going through the steps of pumping up the train. These SD40 units have got mechanical air pumps, so go to at least notch 2. Get better air pumping when you're pumping up the train. I think the newer stuff with their electric air pumps just need 1 notch. At least that's what I've noticed on them, because they actually have screens where you can go look at the compressor RPM. And if you're in notch 0, you only get about half the compressor RPMs. Go up to notch 1, you get full. There it is, finally starting to come down. We're going to go ahead and we'll go ahead to notch 4. I've heard conflicting reports. Anything from 2, 3 to 4 for the air pump. Our flow rate's starting to come down. Let me save this position. I'm going to go to the back of the train here. What are we looking at? We got just over 50 pounds on the brake pipe at the rear end, so we're still filling the train full of air. I can cheat a little bit and I can leave this window up from the last car. Putting on the fits. What's up, Oleander? Oleander's Gaming Emporium does some Run 8 content. Go check out that channel. When I first got into Run 8, I watched a lot of your stuff. Learn how stuff worked. All right, we're getting the flow right down, almost up to 60 psi on the back. So if you weren't here last stream, let's take a little flight. So we were switching out the Georgia Pacific plant. This is all the pickups from there. We've got them. We've got the set out. Oh, no, sorry. We've got the pickups picked up, and then we've got the rest of this train here. But we have to run around the train, and there's not enough room here. We just got this little short siding. It's about, I don't know, 8 cars or so, 8 or 10. So what I realized on the way up here is there's a siding back here. you should stop here and work from the siding. So we've done about half the work. We're going to shove that train back here to this siding, which I think is campground. Say if we get close. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, campground. So we'll shove the train back here, run around it, and then on the head end of the train is stuff for this industry. So we will pull these cars out, set them here, drop off the set outs, shove back up here, put those pickups on the pickup train, and then what we should have left is everything that needs shoved into Georgia Pacific. So we'll do that, and then we'll be ready to basically head back with all the pickups in tow. So we'll swap ends. No, I've already swapped ends. Looking at the train here. So that's what we're doing in this stream. No, it wasn't very confusing. Oleander, I thought it was good stuff. It's been a few years since I watched those videos. I don't remember for sure, but I subbed to your channel, so must not have been too bad. Oh, why is this one? Let's get that one open all the way. Didn't realize the car was set to partial as well. All right, we're down to 100. In theory, we can open this guy up. Oh. Never mind. How did I manage that? I clicked on the wrong thing, I guess. All right, cool. I opened it all the way up. So we're good now. Yeah, up here on the head end, we got almost 90 pounds, and the reservoir is getting pretty full. It's up to 77 pounds. Spent the last 3 days trying to redo your SoCal setup. Yeah, it can take a lot of work. I've decided to move over to the Fitzgerald. So I've been kind of studying that, and this was kind of my trial run. I was looking for a local that was pretty straightforward, so we're doing the A720. And I'm going to start learning a little more about that. And we'll be running the Fitz some. I've got my little world built here. There's not much in it. I started with the very populated southeast from Brad over on the Depot server forums. So the world had stuff in it. And then I actually spawned in this train at it was Manchester, right? Is that where we came from? Yeah, Manchester Yard. And then we've been running it. Here we are. Yeah, if you ever get your head wrapped around the CSX symbols, let me know. I don't know what I'm doing. I just found a local and we're working it. I don't know a whole lot about the Fitz. Not familiar with the line at all. Not familiar with the prototype. Alright, we got our flow down below 60. That means we should have a good full release on the train. So I'm going to release all the handbrakes. And we're going to get on out of here. Just debating on whether I should ride in the cab or right up front. I think we'll just ride in the cab. That'll work. Open the window in case we need to stick our head out. You ready, Bob? All right, Bob's ready. Let's hit it. Oh, one thing I didn't do is I didn't turn auto back on. So these poor AI are just sitting there doing nothing. We tone him up and get mainline authority. That's we're sitting here on the main line. That'll let the AI trains get moving. Mainline authority granted. Thank you, sir. All right, let's move out. we're putting the amps down. Peaked out about 900 there. Give a mighty push. Away we go. There we go. We got another AI just spawned in. Q541. A little bit of a grade here. That's why we're pushing so hard. Got a pair of SD40-2s. Plenty of power. Is that headlight on? It just look like it's on. Woo. Okay, so that's what it looks like if it's on. It's just catching the sunlight, I think. Getting hot. Heard the fans come on. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fly back here. Whee! Now, we are heading into a new block. Does that mean I need to ask him? Yeah. I don't know for sure how this works with auto. Because we're going to be heading into a new block. So I may need to check in with them. Let's go back to the cab here. See if he'll give us a signal. He says acknowledged. Proceed on signal indication. All right. Whee! No way I would see that. Okay, yeah, we got a signal to head into that block. I think we're good now. I don't think he'll get mad at me. Oh, we got a 1% grade. Have air conditioner in here? What's the temperature outside? Is that X? 84 degrees. That's not too bad. I think we're good. I don't think anybody's going to be coming up behind us. The other guy's way out, heading the other direction, so I think we're good. Just see the signal up there. We're not going to get much over 15 because we're going to be stopping in the right up here in this passing sighting. But now I know when I run the 720 again, I need to stop my train down here at campground and work from there. So up there on the left is the Ray Linear team track. That looks like they do a bit of everything there. I guess it would make sense for being a team track. They've got some oil unloading. They got a conveyor for the hoppers. Got all kinds of stuff going on there. So we're going to be switching that. And then we'll be shoving back up to do the drop-offs for Georgia Pacific. Here we go. It's muted for a bit. I was eating some Smarties. They're like crack for me. Love me some Smarties candy. And if you're not from the US, it's a little tube of little round sugar. Sugar pellets, basically. Let me take one out. Start backing off on the throttle as well. Here we go. There's a Smartie. They're very addictive. So I'm rolling off the throttle here. And we've got at least part of the train is on about a 0.5% grade, so that's going to help us slow down. Go ahead and kick the initial reduction on. Go ahead and give her 10 pounds. Yeah, 11. 10-ish. That's probably too much. Yep, darn it. I'm rusty. My train handling is not the best. We'll keep giving a mighty push on the butt here, and I think we can get it in the clear. Just need enough room to run around it. All right, we are good. Oh, that's that switch, not this switch. Whee! We are on a bit of a grade, so I'm going to set the handbrakes on about 6 cars here. Get both those tankers, so maybe 7 cars. Then I'm going to be bad and bottle the air. We're closed. Is it closing both angle cocks? Is that what's going on? Yeah, it's doing both. Why is it doing both? I don't want it to do both. Is that a bug? That's why I was confused earlier. Now it's not doing both. Weird. You're weird, game. Alright, we'll pull the pin on both of them, just to be sure. Now auto's canceling my clearance. Actually, before I get in the other block, let's just tone him up. Let's get mainline authority on this block. Oh, I relinquished the other block, I guess. The shift key bug? Gotcha. Authority grant. Alright, so now we should have... Yeah, so this is turned pink. So we have mainline authority on this block now. So we can do what we need to do here at the team track. Okay, so we're stopped there. So I need to open my dispatch screen. So if you're not familiar, you've seen me throwing switches. Well, this here is a remote control switch, so it's controlled by the dispatcher. So in real life, the dispatcher would have to throw this for you, but I can open up the dispatch screen. And I am at this end, so I don't think it'll let me switch. Right, auto DS on duty cannot throw a switch. So since I've got the automatic dispatcher turned on, it won't let me throw the switch. However, if you need to do that, you can right click on the switch. It will turn blue. Now it's no longer under auto dispatch. It's under your control. So now we can do that. Do that. And this, I might need to back off a little more. Might be too close for it to throw. Was it not throwing? Huh. The car's too close? The thing you can do is if you're close to the switch, it'll flash on the screen so you can verify. It is indeed that switch, but it's not letting me throw it. I think I might be too close. Either maybe the cars are too close. Yeah, you can also throw it by clicking on here. Oh, weird. Is that a bug too? You should be able to throw it from either place. All right, cool. How can I ruin your day? Hey, Jeff. We're doing a little switching here on the Fitzgerald. Working the A720 local. And we're learning things. Yeah, I think the cars are a little too close. I agree with you, Oleander. So maybe switching from the ground overrides that? I'm not sure. I haven't really done that very much. I've always just done it from the screen. Let's try it back the other way. Nope, it doesn't like doing that. Alright. We'll do it that way. That's like you manually moving it, I guess. Some kind of override. I don't know how these work in real life. Back in the cab. Getting abused on Railroader? That's pretty good size. I had one the other day that was about 4,000 tons. I think that's the biggest I've done on railroader. If you're running GP38s, you're running modded stuff, so that doesn't count. Here's the end of the block, finally. Got the base game of Run 8? Yeah, that's plenty to get you started. A couple 100 miles of main line. Tons of locals. You got the Barstow yard you can do humping in. There's quite a bit to do in the base game. I know this is red, but in theory I've got mainline authority, so I can just do what I want. See if Otto yells at me. Crash course video was super helpful. Good. I've had a few comments like that, so I'm glad it helps people out. That was the whole point. Alright, did I come far enough down? Oh, so close. Oh, your town is in the sim? Nice. All right, off we go. It's a trap. You spend 8 hours running trains? Wow. Crossing up here in the weeds. You don't trust the AI? Oh, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the stream, I put this on low latency. So in theory, I should be seeing your messages quicker. There shouldn't be quite as big of a delay. So hopefully the video quality is still acceptable. We say we slow down from warp 3 and not destroy the train up here. Oh yeah, going into yards for sure. It's only really designed to go into a couple yards. At least on SoCal. Beautiful. Alright, loco brakes are set. Release all the handbrakes on this drain. Connect up the air hose. I'm afraid of that bug now. I'm going to hit partial. Alright, we have no flow, so we don't have the bug right now. Since I bottled the air, we should be good to go. Just thinking, should I change ends? Nah, I think we'll just keep doing it from this end. So we are reversing. We need to reverse up here into the team track, which is this switch right here. Cool. Could barely hear the train. Yeah, I must have been doing shift for something, like turning on train tags or whatever. Or no, mileposts. And I guess that triggered it. Good to know. I wasn't familiar with that bug, or if I was, I forgot about it. All right, let's go pick up some cars. So we're pretty flat here, so that looks like that heads into that grade that we were pushing up. Pretty much around this industry. Something to keep in mind. We're backing off the throttle here. I'd like to keep it around 15 as we head in. Did throw that switch, right? I did. All right, cool. I'm enjoying all the green after running in SoCal so much. Getting a little air on just so we start slowing down. I don't remember how long this throat is. £10 on, so we should, in theory, start slowing down here soon. I'm going to help it out with Spilico brakes a little bit. Yeah, good. I haven't done any brake tests, but we got a good solid application. Be a little bit of a hard couple. But we do need to roll back into these cars as well. Oh, I get it too slow. Dang on it. Alright, you're gonna have to push. Alright, excellent. Let's hook up some air hoses. Good there. Go. Got enough train buffer that we don't have to wait too long for it to fill up. Alrighty, now we just need to pull out of here and then back up to the rest of our train. So we'll go ahead and take the air off, get moving. Or not. Let the slack settle down a little bit. Forgot we're on a grade even on the siding here. I'm gonna go ahead and notch 3 and then we'll start rolling off the loco brakes. Get moving in the right direction. There we go. We were about out of track. What are we HPT wise anyway right now? 1.6, so not bad. Plenty of power. You just have to be careful. So we'll have our work cut out for us when we start heading back with all the pickups. Got 26 loads, 11 empties, but most of these loads are getting dropped off and then we're picking up empties. So I don't think we're going to be super heavy on the way back. Got some kind of garage over here. Some kind of big industrial building over that way. There's a giant gas can sitting in there. What? What? Never even noticed that. Why is there a giant jerry can on the pile? It's got to be an inside joke of some kind. Huh. Fun. My train! Hey, Barotics. Sorry about, didn't see that right away. I have heard of Roadcraft, yep. Keeping an eye on it. I think it's on my Steam wish list. Is it a workaround for DOT regs? I'm not sure what that's all about. There's a lot of little Easter eggs in Run 8. There we go. Okay, we're gonna head back reverse. Shouldn't be a problem. We were gonna hit a pretty heavy grade right here though. So we'll have to be a little bit careful. Probably want to get some air on as we get over that hump. Not a tanker, sir. It's just a gas can. See how that holds up in court. All right, so no throttle. We're slacking all over the place. The speed. We got a little ways to go, so I don't have to panic or anything. So we're on the grade. This grade percent right here is your lead loco, whatever it's sitting on. It's still on the level back there, but you can see we're speeding up here as more and more of the train gets over this hump. If I pull up the brake overlay, so the bottom white bar is brake. So if I hit the initial reduction, you can see that apply throughout the train pretty quickly. So we'll keep a little air on. We'll probably even put more air on as, yeah, more and more of the train. So the loco is on the downgrade now. But we do have a little ways to go, so I'm just going to let her coast. I can add more air if we need to. How's our traffic doing? Yeah, we got one coming through Manchester. That's not going to be a factor until we're back over here. Although I did find out we can use this route right through here. It's a pretty funky track arrangement over there. If you're just tuning in, we're on the CSX Fitzgerald. We're running the local A720 and we're heading back up the track to drop off some cars that we picked up, and then we're going to shove the rest of the train into Georgia Pacific, get that all sorted out, and then we'll be ready to gather up all of our pickups and head back to Manchester Yard. This is part 2. We did the first part of it the other day on a live stream as well. And all these Run 8 live streams you can find in the playlist. There's a playlist, I think it's called Run 8 V3 streams, something like that. And all my videos are organized by playlist as well. All the series are in the playlist. Alright, we're getting up towards 30, so I'm going to get, let's go ahead and get a 10-pound reduction on. Keep our speed under control. Oh, you're right, DRP. I forgot to do that, didn't I? Oh, I did. Yeah, I got ahead of myself. There were setouts for the team track. And I derped it. We'll have to go back. Toot toot. Nobody can hear the train. Tootin'. Yes, indeed, there were set outs, and I got ahead of myself and headed on down the line. I was supposed to set these out on the main and drop those off. That's right. We'll do some running back and forth for practice. Toot toot, coming through. Don't see anybody I need to flag down. Yeah, we can always set them out on the way back. Would have been a little cleaner to do it up there, but it's all good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and come off this air. Hopefully that's not a mistake. Should see that releasing throughout the train. So we have this display because we can't see the brake shoes physically moving in the sim. That's not modeled. So we have that little overlay we can look at to see if the cars are releasing like they should, and they are. So that's great. Every once in a while you'll get a stuck brake cylinder. Excuse me, a stuck brake cylinder. How's it going? Used to be one. I saw that message before you retracted it. Use a little bit of loco brake just to take the edge off this hard couple that's coming up. Ta-da! Her chunk. Honk if you love trains. Alright, settle down. Settle down, train. Ah, crap. That might have been a bad sound. Yeah, you're closed. Yeah, I blew the emergency. I opened it a little too soon. It was still ramping up, I guess. So we tripped the emergency. So PCS open. Stand for pneumatic control system? Something like that. But, yeah. So we need to put that reverser in neutral. And I need to set a full brake application. And we wait 60 seconds for that to reset. Love is a strong word. Your buddy used to be a conductor. Nice. I watch Spur Gaming here on YouTube. And he used to be a conductor way back in the day. I think around the 2000. So he's got a lot of good Run 8 videos with some insider info. He ran, I don't remember if it was the Fitzgerald or it was down in the southeast anyway. So he's been to some of these places. This should start flashing soon. That means it's reset. There we go. All right, let's start pumping air. Do the run of shame. So I need to be on this side of the train. Alright, let's turn on the train tags. Where does... Alright, so that's the RLT is the Rainier, Ray Linear Team Track. That's the cars I forgot to set out. Then here starts the Georgia Pacific stuff. So we could just leave that. Let's just leave this part of the train set here. So let's close that off. Set some handbrakes. Can't set the coupler, unfortunately. See if I release the loco brakes, will that just roll back a little bit? It needs some help. No, it's rolling back. Beautiful. Well, it was rolling back. All right, let's give her a little nudge. Here comes the slack. There was the slack. Come on. Come on, train. There it is. Now we can pull the pin. Okay, I think we go back to here. Yeah. You just come past this switch, then we can get back into Georgia Pacific. Clear track ahead. So we got logs and wood chips and all kinds of stuff to drop off. I think these cars go in that building. I remember pulling some of those cars out of the building. Not sure other than the open hoppers where the rest of the stuff goes. Just gonna let that coast to a stop. We're on a grade. We'll use the gravity brakes. Well, that's coasting back in here. Let's go take a quick look at the industry. So we need to, yeah, those Run 8 boxcars go back in here, or whatever they are. I'm not sure what they are. I don't have the skin for them. We'll put those back in there. We had some open hoppers under this guy. And there were, the bigger boxcars were along these doors, and I think the logs were on this outside track. Pretty sure that's how it was. Why you're not rolling backwards? What did I do wrong? You're in a 0.5% grade and you're not going anywhere? The stagger list? What's oh, tagger list. Yeah, I can look. I just didn't know offhand what the Run 8 boxcars were. What have I done wrong here? I've done something wrong, surely. All the brakes are released. All the handbrakes are released. It must be flat back there, and then the front part of the train here is on a grade, but the back's not, so it's just keeping it That's my theory. All right, we're coming on back. Yeah, I think it's just flat enough down here that the weight of the train was holding it. Yeah, even just backing up a little bit, we're coming way down on grade. So that was it. The engine was on the grade, but the rest of the train was sitting on the flat. And physics did the rest. So if we pull up the tagger list, like they were saying, we can see... Oh, those are tank cars? Interesting. Or a UTLX. Some kind of tank car that I don't have a skin for. Oh, we looked that up in the last stream, didn't we? It was Mixed Freight Pack 5. Those were in Mixed Freight Pack 5. Let me go look that up real quick. 18studios.com, train sets. I've got most of the Mixed Freight Packs, but apparently I don't have that one. I think that's the new... It's the new Freight Pack. Where are you? Mixed Freight Pack. Mixed Freight. Mixed Freight. There you are. Mixed Freight Pack 5. No, I don't want to buy it. I want to learn more about it. I can't learn more about it. Okay. Yeah, there's 3 big box cars and 3 tank cars in Mixed Freight Pack 5. They are T104 Trinity tank cars. Somebody will know and care about that. There you go. How we doing? We're coming back at about 10 miles an hour. That works for me. So I think I'll just set those on that track, because we have all these that go on that same track as well. There's no need to push it all the way back in there and pulling the whole train all the way back out. We'll do that in step 2 for the first track. All right, let's get a little more amps on. That curve is slowing us down. So just pretend like these are tank cars. In case you're not familiar with Run 8, when you buy the base game, you get quite a few, most of this, I wouldn't say most, I don't know if it's half or more than half of the cars will all look right. But a lot of stuff will just be a generic Run 8 boxcar, like this. So they're scaled to the correct length, and all the weight is correct. So the physics and everything is correct. The length is correct. The only difference is aesthetics, is how it looks. And then they have DLC to help fund the game. And I think the mixed freight packs are like $10. Most of the skin packs are like $10. And it'll be like, half a dozen freight cars or half a dozen locomotives, something like that. So if I went and bought that mixed freight pack 5 DLC for $10, these would look like tank cars, and they would be, textured appropriately. But as far as the game goes, it doesn't matter. They're the right length, they're the right weight. Everything else is fine. All right, we're just going to use the old loco brakes to slow down. Since we're going nice and slow already, and then we'll throw a handbrake on here. And before the slack gets us, we will pull that pin. When I need to close, though. Close the angle cock. There we go. Yeah, that's one way to do it. You can edit all the terrain spawners. It doesn't really bother me. I just, every once in a while, I'll buy a train pack. So over the years, I've got most of them. But this one is new. Mixed Freight 5 just came out. I think maybe this last few months. Been fairly recently, I think. All right, so these log cars go back on this outside track. So that switch is aligned. It's got to come up past the switch. I guess these are logs. They're pretty small diameter. It must be like the tops of the trees that aren't good for lumber. They make chipboard and stuff out of them. Oh, there's 6 now. Maybe I'm thinking of Mixed Freight Pack 6. That's the new one. Telegraph poles. They look like it, don't they? This Georgia Pacific plant makes like plywood and stuff. So they take in wood chips and these logs that are too small to make lumber out of, is my guess. So they ship them up or cut them up and make plywood out of them. I'm just guessing. I don't actually know. All right, nobody can hear me, but I did toot the horn. Yeah, it's just a bulkhead flat with some poles on it. Yeah, I don't know about that random crap, but maybe someday. We might see autonomous semi-trucks on some highways in my lifetime. That technology is getting pretty far along. The problem is the road system and its inconsistent maintenance level. You pop on the industry tags. Looks like these are, yeah, they're tags the whole length of the track, so we can set them anywhere. Where are you? Really? You kept enough strain on there, I can't do that. Nice. Well, so much for that. I have to push on a little to get the strain off. There we go. I have the shift bug again? Oh, that's right. I don't own the train, so I can't click on it. I didn't hear the air pop out of there, so I'm not sure what happened. Okay, now we can push back into here. We'll push these cars back to that shed. We'll drop off the box cars here. And I think we just have the, yeah, then we just have the wood chips left, which go under the loader down there. Throw this while I'm thinking about it. Wonder what these are full of. Glues and stuff, maybe? Barrels of glue. They make plywood. Probably makes sense. Alright, let's keep on shoving. Are these blood? Ah! Let's let those drift on down. I think I keep getting the shift bug. I didn't mean to bottle the air on those, but I apparently did. Let those drift on down. Get these almost in position. We'll bring them down to the end of the apron here. I'm hoping this has enough momentum, but looking at it, I'm not sure. I'm not sure it does. We'll see. Double check. We don't have... Oh, we have a little bit of that. Can I bleed these? I can't bleed them when I don't control them. Apparently. Yeah, I probably messed that up. I have to go connect to them again. Some sodium hydroxide, maybe? Could be. Alright, we'll stop that there, and this, yeah, this is not gonna get all the way down there. I mean, technically I could leave them right here and it's fine. I kind of wanted to spot them in the building where they came from. So that's no good. Alright, relinquish, take control of this. Yeah, if you don't control the train, you can't bleed the brakes. Alright, now it's all bled out. Take control of this guy again, and we're going to have to bring him on back. Push these in place. Is this a slight uphill grade down here? Could be. They're not wanting to roll back on me yet. That's okay, we'll just push them back. It's all good. And we'll give her a notch right before we couple. Keep on pushing. Oh, the track ends right there, so I don't want to get too aggressive, do I? No track comes out the other end of that building. There's no bumper either. Yeah, they got some tank unloading. Must be noxious stuff. They've got it enclosed in the building. Where it isn't supposed to mix with water or something? I'm not sure. They've got it under wraps for some reason. That'll do. Can't pull the pin, huh? See if you can push her on back just a touch. Just enough I can work this pin loose. There you go. Beautiful. Okay, let's throw a handbrake on that one as well. Pull these back up in position, drop off the hoppers, and we are DUN done. Except for the run back to the yard. We do have to take the cars back. We got a lot of logging trucks bringing in those treetops as well. Nice. This is actually the lumber building. They've just repurposed it and hid that. I've seen that 84 Lumber maybe uses that building. I've seen that asset somewhere else. All right, all these wood chips go over to the other track. And we got some tension on the couplers. Okay, we spot these under that unloader there. We're good to go. Even a logging truck over there coming in. They're just static though, they don't actually drive. Same with that truck. I think it's been sitting there the whole time. Already through the other switch. Where are you? There's their power up there on the head end. Hey, Roaring Creek Railroad, welcome. Yeah, my streams are random, just kind of whenever I have time. So no worries. Glad you can make this one. It's one of the reasons I switched over to YouTube streaming, because I streamed on Twitch for about 10 years. Is over here, my live streams stick around like forever. On Twitch, if you're not a partner, they disappear after 2 weeks. So people can't go back and watch them if they want to. A lot of other reasons, but that was one of them. Been over out here on YouTube almost 2 years now, live streaming. I'd always done videos over here for the last 10 or 12 years. For about a decade, I did live streams on Twitch and videos on YouTube. I decided to just consolidate everything. 2 years ago, this coming January, started just streaming on YouTube. All right, we need to get back here under this contraption. We need to gather up our cars. Don't let me forget, we have the team track. We need to drop those cars off the team track. I will go roaring right past there and completely forget. Okay. Wood chips delivered. Set a couple handbrakes. We're out of here. Nope, not before we take the tension off the coupler. Okay, let's hop in the cab. We'll get on out of here. Let's go pick up the rest of our train. Hook up, and then we've got just down the road, we need to do some set outs at Ray Lanier Team Track. Then it's back to Manchester and job done. See, while I head out of here, I should clean up these switches. All right, all good. That one stays reversed because it goes to a stub track. We're speeding a little bit. I think it's 15 in here. All right, Q541 made it through Manchester, so they're on through and out of the way. Excellent. Here's our train that we need to hook onto, so we'll run down, back up, hook onto that. Run down around the corner, do the set outs at Ray Lanier, and then we're done and home free. Oops. Didn't get the reverser all the way in reverse. Like, why are we moving? Oh, fail. See, it's F for fail. Just short. Okay, let's get air hoses all up. And then this guy is closed. This guy is closed. Some air in here. So yeah, this actually works out because the car is right next to the loco. Get dropped off on a trailing point spur, so this will be perfect. Just got to remember to stop up there. Quick hop back here to the back of the train. That is indeed shut off. Already got 76 on the back end, so that's good. Once this flow rate gets down to 60 or so, we'll head out. We've got an uphill push here to get to the track where we're dropping off. So there'll be plenty of throttle there to pump as well. I think it's starting to creep down. No, Bob's ready to go home. Never really noticed they're actually breathing. That's a nice touch. Bob's still alive. Good to know. Who do we have as far as AI trains? Oh, we got 5 trains now. Nice. Get rid of that. One over on the A line. Where is everybody? I don't have Baldwin. Oh, there's one that just spawns and goes over the crossing, the Norfolk Southern. Cool. Oh, we're good. Flow rate's down. Their headlights on bright. Switches are lined up. Let's get on out of here. Yeah, we're on the grade. So I think we curve to the left and then we curve back to the right a bit. Then up at the top of the grade is where we need to drop those cars off. Yeah, curve back around to the right. And then up here somewhere we stop. So we don't need to get going super duper duper fast. We'll keep it around 30-ish. The trick is judging the speed drop off. Get it at about 10, then I'm going to kind of creep up on it. Then I need to remember, once we're done here, relinquish our mainline authority and start talking to Otto. Get us back over to Manchester. It's 1% hill here is no joke. And the train's just coming around the corner down there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get about a 15-pound reduction. Oops, that was a little steep. That'll work. We have 6 cars or so. Oops. Come on. It's really hard to click on the right car. There we go. And then we're cutting off right here. And we need to let the slack out so we can pull the pin. Thought it would just roll downhill, but Got a little bit of a brake application on those cars. So we'll release that. And we'll start rolling back. There it is. All right, pull the pin. And let's see, do I still have... Yeah, still got this save point here. You can set up to 4 saved positions to teleport around to. It's really handy for solo ops. Easing up the grade. Oh wait, are these backwards from how they're supposed to be? Hold up. Oh, they are. The tankers are supposed to go back here. I mean, it doesn't matter for the game, but it matters to me. You know? The game doesn't care, but as long as they're on the marked track, it doesn't matter what they are. But I'm going to do it right, because it does matter to me. So we'll ease back just a bit. We'll leave these hoppers here. But the game knows. The game doesn't care. It will bother me, though. Wait, no, I was doing the right way. Some long tankers. Can I just roll these back in there? Oops. They're off the screen on the way to the monitor. Easy there, train. Let's see if we can do a little gravity switch. For funsies. Alright. Switch you. Need to close up that angle gack. Open this one up. And we'll bleed all the air out of these cars. Then I'm probably gonna have to... Yeah, it's got too much strain on it. Set the handbrakes. Should have enough grade I can just settle back against the cars. Go. Pull the pin. Release the handbrakes. And in theory, gravity will do the rest. It's a theory. And then if you time it just right, you can stop the cars with the handbrake before they run off the end of the track. Uh-oh. Not what I meant to do. Go back here! Alright, getting a feel for how quickly we slow down. So since this is my train now, I can hit the orbit cam on this train, which helps in spotting. I like it. Ta-da! Cool. Alright, back up to here. Relinquish my train. Grab this guy again. There's a little sound bug. Oops. That horn is real finicky. It has a crazy slow attack. Give her some beans! Oh, I didn't bleed these cars. That's why it's pulling so hard. Alright, we'll bleed them momentarily. As all the brake shoes squeal in protest. Lead. These must be loaded. Yeah, these are loaded. So that's going to be a lot of weight flying down the track. I'll have to be careful. Should we gravity switch these as well? Might as well. Already blood them. See if I can pull this pin before the slack stops. Doink. Okay, relinquish my train, grab this train, hop on for the ride, orbit cam. Away we go. We have a lot of handbrakes to help us stop. We also have a lot of weight though, so we got to be super careful. Not let it get too fast. So technically we're on the industry track right now. I want to get over here on top of the unloading so it looks right. Ta-da! Gravity switching for the win. Alright, relinquish that train. Throw that switch. Grab that train. Hop back in the cab. And we need to go hook onto our train. Can't see much from in here. Sure, that's not nearly as close as it looks, but I wanted to get slowed down a bit. Keep it around 2.5, 3 miles an hour. There we go. Okay, let's hook her back up. Bump some air. Listen to the rumble here. There's something else that kicks on. I don't know if that's supposed to be the air compressor. It's got kind of a lower rumble. Pretty good. That flow should come down here in a minute or two. Yep, there it goes. It's heading down. Same as before. Once it gets down below 60, we can head out. So let's go talk to Otto. Actually, I need to go see for sure where my destination block would be. I think it'd be this one. That work? Let's bop over there real quick. Oh, that's caustic soda. I gotcha. I've heard of that. Yeah, so this switch is thrown. That's why it's pink, to get us back into the yard. And we'll come in on this track. Let's go ahead and set up some save positions here. When we're coming into the yard, so we'll make this number 1. So shift and then 1, 2, 3, or 4 on the top of your keyboard. Make a saved position. Make that number 2. And we'll run on down here and make this number 3. There we go. Then you'll see if I hit left control F11, I'm too far from my train. So you can come up here and say, transport to my train. Wink. Then you can hop in the cab. And we're good on the air. So let's go talk to Otto. We've got our destination block set. We need to relinquish our mainline authority. And then request signal. Oh, I'm in a... Oops, I'm in a different block. All right, well, let's undo that. I wish you had relinquish and request a separate button, but we don't. Mainline authority relinquished. He's going to get tired of talking to us. All right, we got green. Ready to go, Bob? Bob's ready to go. All right, headlight on bright. Build up some amps. Start rolling off that locomotive brake. Should, yeah, starting to move forward. Tugging on the train now. Have to tug a little harder. There we go. Starting to move. Bring this up. We're on about a 0.5%. Well, most of the train's on a nearly 1% grade, so it's a little bit of a tough start. Also, hello, Dasher, U23B. I don't think I said howdy. Glad you could stop by. So that could be what was in the tankers? Would they ship caustic soda in the tankers? Not sure if they ship it in like a slurry form. I don't know too much about it. All right, we've given it all the beans it'll take. Always time for a screenshot. Got a green here at is this North Campground? Northeast Campground. think the grade kind of evens out here. There's a little bit of, I think it's a lot of upgrade, right? Because we had a fair bit of downhill on the way over here. I remember using the air on the dynamics. The Fitzgerald is famous for its hogbacks. Up and down, up and down. So we'll let the old SD40 sing until we get up near 50. Nope, give me a good view. I said give me a good view. Oh, we're gonna get hit. Not that view. There's too many bushes on the side of the track here. There she goes. All right, better get back in the cab. Who's driving this thing? Also got to keep an eye out for these whistle boards. They just don't flag in my brain yet. Got to pay special attention. We got some downhill. I didn't need the air quite yet, but looked like we were going to get fast. Saw that sunlight, thought it was a grade crossing I'd missed the sign for. Shipped in the tank car says to concentrate. Alright, cool. Yeah, I thought it might have been. Went a little too early. I guess these curves are keeping us kind of slow despite the downhill grade. Now we're heading uphill, so we're going to get back into the amps. Try to keep our speed up. Well, kudzu's taking over that hillside. Stuff's all over the place. There's 794. What was the Manchester yard? 789. So 5 miles or so. Yeah, my mom used to use lye when I was a kid, making lye soap. Direction 30 and 3 miles. That'll be our entrance into the yard. And we're speeding. My bad. I was having fun blowing the horn. We're about 5 over. Not terrible. No defects. 156 axles. That matches up with my count. Good deal. All right, heading back up a little bit of a grade. All right, looks like it's kind of leveling off here, so we're going to start backing off. You get busy through here. All right, 1 mile to the 30, so we're going to get some air on. The whistle signal hiding in the weeds there. We're still heading down grade, so we're good. A lot of grade crossings. I must have missed a lot of those on the way over here. All right, there's a 30 marker. 790, so we're just about to the yard, another mile, mile and a half. So we'll just keep the speed coming on down. We are entering a big grade, so that's going to help slow us down. I don't want to slow down too much heading into the grade, so get some throttle back on. Yellow over yellow, which I assume is like some kind of restricting signal. All right, 1 mile to the 10 miles an hour limit. So we're basically, yeah, we're coming through here. Oh, is he going to route us through this direction? Wish he's route us through here. I don't know why he doesn't. Yeah, whatever. We don't have any other trains, so. Oh shoot, is that gonna... They're gonna mess us up getting into the yard where we need to be? No, no, this switch is ahead of those switches, so we're good. All right, we'll keep her about 20. We got just over half a mile to go till we get to the 10 limit. That was quite a ride. A little bit of a challenge for something different. So yellow over yellow was advance approach. Got it. Up with that. Some kind of sunlight reflection bug, I think. A pretty stiff grade here coming into the yard. That is orange over red, so that's going to be some kind of approach. I'm still learning the CSX signals. They're radically different. Well, not radically, but they're different from the SoCal like I'm used to. All right, we're just about down to the 10 miles an hour that we're going to hit up here at this signal. See, yeah, there's a little signal there. I can't tell which way the switch is thrown because it's in the weeds. For some reason, Otto wants to take us around this way. This is labeled the new way, but I guess he doesn't know about the new way. So I think he takes us around this way and then we loop in there instead of just going in this direction. Yeah, that switch is not thrown. All right, we got down to 10 miles an hour. Don't want to go any slower than that. We're already going slow enough. Yeah, so that previous signal was an approach. Proceed on signal indication. All right. I'm working on it. So if you were here for the first stream, this is that spur where we first worked on the way out of the yard. The Sneed, Feed and Seed or something like that. Yeah, Dasher, I've fiddled around it a little bit. I've had the Fitzgerald for a while. Now I'm going to kind of start concentrating on running in it and learning some of the locals. I've enjoyed learning it with the 720. It's a nice, easy one. I was looking for something easy to start out with and kind of learn some things. When in doubt, shift F5. Welcome to Manchester Sub. Alright, he has us not going into the yard. Really? Auto, I said I wanted to go into the yard. I even set this as my destination block. Well, if he doesn't throw that signal, I'm going to have to, or throw the switch, I'm going to have to take over. Throw it myself, I guess. Shoot, I didn't see that little dwarf signal there. Red over green. Yeah, he has not taken us into the yard. I don't know if I can stop in time. Yeah, he's not taking us into the yard for some reason. I set this as my destination block, but that didn't seem to do anything. So I'm going to push F1. I'm going to turn off auto for now. I'm going to say, let me into the yard. See if those will throw. You might think I'm too close. Hey, Tailgater, welcome back. Not doing too bad. Doing a little railroading today. Just finishing up the A720 here on the Fitzgerald. Yeah, I may have to manually get us in the yard here. No trespassing. Game. Yeah, it was definitely keeping me busy on the way over here, that's for sure. That's a locked CTC switch. You must ask the I am the dispatcher. What are you talking about? There we go. I guess I have to right click it so I can control it. And then do these throw as a pair, if I remember right? Nope. Okay. Okay, now we're lined up into the yard. Guess we'll just do it ourselves. These guys just standing around doing nothing. Oh, tree, you ruined my screenshot. Yeah, we're in the track speed zone. All right, cool. Well, we'll just ease into the yard, and that'll be job done on the A720. We learned some things, so I could do a better job of it next time. Just wanted a roll-by view that's not terrible. Okay, fine. That's bringing us over there. You're good. We go straight up and then into that other track. So that ought to do it. As long as we fit. I don't know if we're going to fit in here. We might have to double it. I'm going to need somebody to get their weed whacker out and get rid of some of these weeds. This place is not very well kept up. So I don't know how these cars would continue on. For my purposes, I'm bringing them back to Manchester Yard, where we originated. Then I'll have to figure out, you know, do I just delete them or send them onto a yard somewhere? Oh, I forgot to hit my counter. How far into the track was I? Not too far. This is a pretty... Oh, this is a good sized yard. I couldn't remember how big Manchester was. So we're going to be fine. Plenty of room. What time is it on here? Oh, it is evening. Getting some nice sunset effects here. We are 2483 on the length. Oh, we're almost halfway into the yard. Nice view of the fuel tank. Almost in. We got all kinds of room up there, so we're good. Cleaning up these switches. Also, auto turn back on. Just control that. Pulling against the brakes a little bit here as we ease the last little bit into the yard. Yeah, I figured they'd go down to Waycross. I didn't know if they had like through freights to just pick up stuff in these little yards. Or I don't know too much about how they operate. So I might do some research. Okay, all cleaned up. Excellent. We'll relinquish that train. I wonder, like, when I loaded this world save, it's from Brad over on the Depot server forums. So there's stuff around in the world, like these guys were sitting here. But I don't know how the power works. Like, would the power get cut off and stay here? Or would they pick up more cars and then head to Waycross? I don't know. We need to look into that, but that'll be it for this stream. Job well done. Actually, let me make sure I didn't screw up. Did we forget to drop off anything? Who, me? Make a mistake? Yeah, it looks like these are all tagged for heading on out of here. Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out, folks. I'm going to call it here. As the sun sets over Manchester. Thanks as always for hanging out. Have yourselves a great rest of your weekend if you got any left. And I'll catch y'all in the next adventure. Take care.